Hi, so for today we are going to continue our discussion about superposition method in electrical circuits. And last time we have discussed two problems, and for today we are going to discuss two problems, another additional two problems with a much higher level of difficulty. So again, superposition, meaning we are going to leave the other sources turned off and leave one that is turned on. So for this problem, use superposition theorem to find I sub O in the circuit. So this is the given circuit. Again, this reference is from Electrical Circuits by Sadiku. Okay, so let's try to solve this. I'll just copy this and go to this. So now we are going to solve the current in I sub O using superposition theorem. So again, we have two sources, two independent sources. We have this one and this one, and this is a dependent source, so no need to turn it off. So all in all, we only have two independent sources. So, and we are going to get the current I sub O here. So we have I sub O will be the effect of I sub O prime plus I sub O double prime. Meaning, we can label I sub O prime as this is due to the 4 ampere source. And again, I sub O double prime will be due to 20 volts source. Okay? So in other words, first of all, we are going to turn off the 20 volts for the I sub O prime because we will only analyze the circuit leaving 4 amperes as the source. So if we turn off, okay, turn off 20 volts, okay, so the circuit would look like this. Let us redraw the circuit. So you already have 4 amperes here. So 3 amperes, 3 ohms, I mean. Then you have 1 ohm here. Then you have a dependent source here. You have 4 ohms here, and it is replaced now with short. It is shorted now. Okay, the 20 volt is shorted now. Then you have 2 ohms here. So in other words, you have 2 ohms, you have 4 ohms, you have 5 IO, you have 1 ohm, okay, and this is 3 ohms, and then 5 ohms, and of course, this would be your IO prime, okay? So what are we going to do to solve the IO prime is we're going to have loop analysis or the mesh. So we have mesh 1, okay, and also we have loop 2. Our loop 2 is here, our loop 3 is here. So writing the equation for loop 1 for mesh analysis, so we know that simply the I sub 1 is the current source, okay, the 4 amperes here because we have a current source here. Okay, for loop 2, okay, for loop 2, we have, okay, 3 ohms is being shared by I1. So we have negative 3 I1. And then we have, for the loop 2, we have 3 ohms, 1 ohm, and 2 ohms. So we simply add those 3. So you have for 6 ohms, okay, plus 6 I sub 2. Then this is shared with I sub 2 and I sub 3. The loop 2 and the loop 3, so you have negative I3. And of course, we have a voltage dependent source in here, and it's entering the negative portion of the voltage source. So if you do that, that will be entering the negative. So we have negative 5 I sub O equals 0. Okay, so that is for loop 2. For loop 3, we have now, okay, for loop 3, so what happens for loop 3? We have negative 5 I1 because of the 5 amperes being shared by the loop 3 and loop 1. And we have 1 ohm connecting I2 and I3, the loop 2 and the loop 3. So we have negative I2 or 1 I2. And then, how about the I3? We have 5 ohms, 1 ohm, and 4 ohm. So we add that, that is 10. So plus 10 I sub 3. And then, of course, the loop will go here. It will enter the positive terminal of the voltage dependent source. So that's why you have plus 5I sub O equals 0. So again, if you haven't watched my first video about mesh analysis, about nodal analysis, about the first part of the superposition, you must first watch it, because in superposition, you must know these methods in order for you to solve this. Okay? So that's for loop 1, loop 2, and loop 3. And if you're going to analyze here, if we have a node, let's say node O, we have IO going here, we have I3 going here, we have I1 going here. Okay? So meaning I1, KCL at this node, I1 equals I3 plus IO prime. Okay? So that is how we try to have our KCL there at node O. Alright? So isolating I3 so that we have already I1 here. We can substitute I1 both to the loop 2 and loop 3. But we still need to have another substitution so that we will be able to reduce, okay, this loop 2 and loop 3 to 2 variables, 2 unknowns, or even 1 variable, so that we can solve 1 variable at a time. So you have I1, I3 plus IO. So it means that if we get I3, that would be I1 minus IO prime. Okay? And we know that I1 is 4. So you have 4 minus IO prime. So meaning I sub 3 is 4 minus IO prime. Okay? I sub O prime. So why did we do that? Because we are soon going to substitute, okay, these values. Now from loop 2, okay, the loop 2, we have negative 3I1 plus 6I2 minus I3 minus 5I sub O equals 0. So we are going to substitute I1. So we have I1, we have negative 3 times 4 plus 6 I2 minus I3, which is our I3, okay, is simply 4 minus I sub O prime minus 5 I sub O prime. So this is also I sub O prime. This is actually I sub O prime, okay, because we are solving I sub O prime here. Okay, I just forgot to rewrite it. It's I sub O prime rather than 5I sub O. So because we are analyzing due to I sub O prime. So we have negative 12 plus 6I2 minus 4 plus I sub O prime minus 5I sub O prime equals 0. Alright. So just simplifying, distributing the negative sign here, negative 4, and then positive I sub O prime here. Okay, so if we are going to solve this, okay, we'll try to solve this. So you have 6I sub 2, negative 12 minus 4 is negative 16. So I transfer it to the next side, so that becomes 16, okay, to the right side. So and then I sub O, positive I sub O prime minus 5 means negative 4I sub O prime. So you have 6I sub 2 minus 4I sub O prime equals 16. So that would be our equation. Now we can divide this by 2. So common factor is by 2. So you have 3I sub 2 minus 2I sub O prime equals 8. So this is one of our equation, reduced equation, okay, from the loop 2. Okay. So from loop 3, the circuits part is done. We are now in the algebra part, okay, in substitution. So from the loop 3, we have negative 5i1 minus i2 plus 10i3 plus 5io prime equals 0. Okay? So that is from loop 3. Again, substitution of I sub 1 and I sub 3. Okay, so we have negative 5 times 4 minus I2 plus 10 times I sub 3, 4 minus I sub O prime plus 5 I sub O prime equals 0. So you have negative 20, negative I2 plus 40 minus 10 I sub O prime plus 5 I sub O prime. So I can just, again, calculate, simplify. Negative 20 plus 40, that's 20 minus I2. Negative 10 IO prime plus 5, negative 5 IO prime equals 0. So if I put this on the other side of the equation, you have 20 I sub 2 plus 5 I sub O prime. Or in other words, I sub 2 plus 5 I sub O prime equals 20. So as you can see, we have reduced the two equations, loop 2 and loop 3, for I sub 2 and I sub 0 or I sub O for its unknowns. So that's the purpose why we need to have another equation so that we can solve this simultaneously in terms of I2 and I sub O. Because after all, we are after for the I sub O. Okay, so let's label this as equation 1 and this as the equation 2. So if we do that, okay, we have equation 1, 3i sub 2 minus 2i sub O prime equals 8. And I also have I sub 2 here plus 5i sub O prime equals 20. So from equation 1 and 2, okay, you have these two equations. And what we are after is the I sub O prime. That is what we are trying to find. So we should eliminate I sub 2. So if I'm going to multiply I sub 2 or this second equation with negative 3 and then add it to equation 1, so what will happen? Okay, I have negative 3 I sub 2 minus 15 I sub O prime equals negative 60. So I've just multiplied it by the negative 3. Okay, so that I can add this value to this so that the I sub 2 will cancel. Okay, that's the purpose why I multiplied it with negative 3. So if we do that, negative 3 I sub 2 will cancel. 3 plus negative 3 I sub 2 cancel. So we have negative 2 I sub O prime plus negative 15 I sub O prime. That's negative 17 I sub O prime. Then we have 8 plus negative 60. So it would be minus, but a negative, that's negative 52. Okay? And of course, getting I sub O prime, that's negative 52 all over negative 17 amperes. The negatives will cancel. You have 52 all over 17 amperes. So this is for I sub O prime only. Okay? So for I sub O prime only. Alright. So we need to go now to I sub O double prime. So what are we going to do? If this is due to 20 volts, we are going to turn off the 4 amperes here. So the circuit looks like this. So for the turning off of 4 amperes, so this is I sub O double prime. So we're going to turn off this. Okay? So what will happen, the circuit would look like this. You have 3 ohms here. Okay, that current source will be replaced by open. So it doesn't belong to the circuit anymore because it's open. So you have 2 ohms here. You have the, of course, the dependent or dependent current voltage source. Okay. So you have 3 ohms here. And you have the voltage source here. Okay. You have 4 ohms here. I'm sorry. This is 4 ohms. And this is 2 ohms. And this is 3 ohms. And this is 5 ohms. So of course, this is what we are trying to find, the I sub O double prime due to the 20 volts source. Okay? So again, this is 5 I sub O double prime because it's due to the I double prime. Okay? I sub O double prime. So let me make this clear. So this is I sub O double prime. Okay. Okay, so how do we solve this? Again, we are going to solve this using loop analysis or mesh. So we labeled a while ago as mesh 1, 2, and 3. So we labeled this as mesh 4. And this will be mesh 5. Okay? So for the loop analysis, for the loop of 4, what are we going to do is to simply write the equations again. Okay? So for the loop of 4, we have 1 ohm, 2 ohms, 3 ohms. That will be 6 ohms or 6 I sub 4. And 1 ohm is being shared by the loop 5. So we have negative I5 here. And then we have negative 5 I sub O double prime. Okay? Equals 0. For loop 5, okay, for the loop 5, okay, we have what? We have negative 1 ohm is being shared by the loop 4 and 5. So negative I4. And then you have 1 ohm, 5 ohm, and 4 ohms. That's 10. Okay, plus 10 I sub 5. Okay. And of course, the loop goes here. So you have plus 5 IO double prime. And then it enters the negative source. So we have negative 20 equals 0. Okay. So we have negative I4 plus 10 I5 plus 5 I sub O double prime equals 20. Okay. But of course, if we are going to analyze, okay, that I5 is simply, okay, I5 or the current loop 5, this is the current loop 5. If we are going to, again, label, okay, the current loop I5 or I5 is here. And the direction of IO double prime, the same current. Okay, that is the same current, but it's different direction. So that we can conclude that I5 is simply what? The negative of I double prime. Okay? So because it's different direction, it's the same current, but it's the negative. So that's why it's the negative. Okay? It's different direction, so that's why we have negative. But it's the same current. Okay? So given this truth, okay, we can substitute from loop 4 I5. So you have 6 I sub 4 minus I5, which is negative I sub 0 double prime minus 5 I sub 0 double prime. So solving this, you have 6 I sub 4 plus I sub O double prime minus 5 I sub O double prime equals 0. So this will result to what? 6 I sub 4 then we have negative 4 I sub 0 double prime. Okay? By just simplifying. Okay? So actually, we can reduce this, divide this by 2, but let us leave it as it is. Okay? So we'll label this as equation 1. For loop 5, so for loop 5, we have negative I sub 4 plus 10 I sub 5, which is negative I sub 0 double prime. Okay, we just substituted it here. Okay, and then plus 5 I sub O double prime equals 20. Okay, so you have negative I sub 4 minus 10 I sub O double prime plus 5 I sub O double prime 20. So you have negative I sub 4 and then negative 5 I sub O double prime equals 20. Okay, negative 10 plus 5, it's negative 5. Alright, so it's negative 5. So in other words, if we multiply this both by negative 1, just to make sure that I sub 4 is positive and I sub O is positive, so you have negative 20 here. So this is our second equation. And we can use equations just to solve for the I sub O double prime. From 1 and 2, okay, so you have 6 I sub 4 minus 4 I sub O double prime. Then you have I sub 4 plus 5 I sub O double prime equals negative 20. Okay? Actually, for simplicity, or you can solve this straightforward. So by elimination. Again, I'm going to multiply this by negative 6 and then add it to the first equation, so that the I sub 4 will cancel. So you have negative 6 I sub 4 minus 30 I sub 0 double prime equals 120. Negative 6 times negative 20 is positive 120. So you add. If you add this will cancel. Negative 4 plus negative 30 is negative 34 I sub 0 double prime. Then you have 0 plus 120. We have 120 in here. Okay? So if we try to simplify this, 120 all over 34. Okay? So that is negative 60 over 17 amperes. Okay? So that is for the I0 double prime. Okay? That is the I sub 0 double prime. So now, to get the I sub O or I sub 0, we have I sub 0 prime plus I sub O double prime. So you now have I sub O. We have 52 all over 17 amperes. Plus you have negative 60 all over 17 amperes. Okay, so what will happen here is that you have 52 all over 17 amperes minus 60 all over 17. Same denominator. Okay, so we can just minus it. So you have negative 8 all over 17 amperes. Or in other words, that is negative 0.4706 amperes. The negative sign indicates that the assumed direction of the current is the reversed. So meaning, if the original current is in this direction, the negative only represents that it's going upward. So, but it's still the same. Okay, the negative indicates only the direction. So the answer for our problem, I sub O, would be negative 4 or negative 0.4, negative 0.4706 amperes. So that's what we are trying to get. Okay, so that's what we are trying to get. Okay, so I think we can stop here. Okay, because the problem is a little bit, or the video is so long. So I'll be continuing this, uploading this on another video, this one, wherein we're going to solve this, okay, using the nodal analysis. So if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my YouTube, okay, and Facebook page, and at the same time ring the notification bell so you will be updated whenever I upload some problems regarding these DC circuits. So again, this is Engineer Abad. See you again on the next video.